It's Peaches here, and this is Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. A lot of puh sounds with that title. A replay of today's full show, which you can hear weekday afternoons live on K-Barrel 101. I hope you like what I have to say, and if not, well, then I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy. Happy pre-Friday, a.k.a. Thursday. What is happening? Almost forgot what day it is. It just seems like it never ends, especially when it comes to all the stuff that I've been doing as of late, and it's just go, 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 and I wake up the next day, keep it moving. I do wake up now on the weekends going, oh, is it Saturday? Do I still need to go to work and do some extra stuff? And usually I do, because my weekends are usually pretty boring. But how's it going? Hope your day is going well for you so far. Yesterday, I attended that meeting at the Melaleuca Event Center. Is that what it's called? At the giant Melaleuca Castle building. Went to the meeting there to learn more about the whole water problem, all the stuff that's been going on with that. You can find more information, I believe, at IdahoWater.org. Took a whole bunch of notes at that meeting. I think I was the only one who showed up from this building to that meeting. There was a ton of people, and I mean a ton. To get off the highway there and to go towards Melaleuca, there was at least a bunch of, not at least, there was a bunch of cars on the side of the road waiting patiently to get off the highway, go around the roundabout, make their way to the parking lot. 1,000+ people showed up at the meeting yesterday, which was phenomenal to see. Frank Vandersloot had a great opening statement about the whole water issue, the details on it and everything. So it was very informative, and I'm glad a lot of people showed up for that to really show their support to our local farmers. 208-535-1015 is the number to reach me here. Got some Five Finger, the Black Keys, and more to continue our afternoon here together on K-Barrel 101. This is not my to peach their own question. I just thought this would be interesting to talk about. If someone gave you $1,000 a day to only ever ride a bicycle to work, what would you do? You'd be helping the environment, most importantly. But the top answer here, I would have to agree with. I'd get a minimum wage job a quarter mile from home, make $250,000 a year with 12 weeks vacation. That's the type of in-depth answer I'm looking for when it comes to my to peach their own questions. And then I knew I was going to see an answer like this. I mean, I already bike to work, so sure. It's kind of like that stupid meme you see online. Would you take $10 million to never listen to a Beyonce song ever again? Like, oh, live the way that I currently do? Somebody said I work from home, so that's a done deal. You'll have to find a way to go past those loopholes like that. All of them are saying, I already bicycle to work. It would ride a bicycle, love every minute of it. What a stupid question. One of the answers there. Why do people post stupid stuff like this? Yeah, see, this is why it's tough to find questions for to peach their own. You got to be creative, yet not dumb. On the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, powered by Jalisco's, we made that whole break. We did the whole break about the post I made in r/IdahoFalls on Reddit, talking about how I was lonely and throwing a birthday party for myself at the Econo Lodge pool, and people are falling for it. At least I believe that. I have a feeling that the two comments I've gotten so far have been people in our audience hearing that break and then just finding the post and commenting, saying, hey, I hope you have a great birthday. One guy even said, one person said, I'm going to the dentist and I won't be able to make it, but I hope you have a great big 2-8. People actually believed Victor when he started yelling happy birthday to me this morning. It's not my birthday. My birthday's not until a month and 11 days from now. August 29th. I would definitely talk about it on the air if it certainly was my birthday, but it's not, okay? But I do want to see how far this post will go by the end of the day tomorrow. Will more people comment on it? Will people actually show up to the hotel? That's what I'm worried about, is people showing up to the hotel asking for Brendan's birthday party. And they're like, huh? What are you talking about? And then this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. All right, once again, we're talking about golf. The British Open gets underway this morning. Or got underway this morning because it's in Scotland. The tee times are early here in the U.S. with the first round starting at 1:35 a.m. Eastern time. Was this posted early this morning? Why am I even talking about this? Let's just move on to another golf article here. While golfer Scotty Scheffler isn't quite a household name yet, he might be getting there. getting arrested before the PGA Championship a couple months ago helped. So has his dominance for fourth this year. Scheffler is the outright favorite in a major golf tournament with a plus 500 odds to win the British Open. He's the first player to be favored outright in every major of a calendar year since Tiger Woods did it back in 2013. Now, to be fair, Scheffler has some work to do as Woods accomplished this feat an astounding 12 times in his career. In baseball, the Boston Red Sox have followed in the footsteps of the LA Lakers and drafted the son of one of their iconic stars. The team picked D'Angelo Ortiz, the son of franchise legend, of course, Big Papi David Ortiz, in the 19th round of the MLB draft. The 20-year-old Miami-Dade college player bats right-handed, plays third base. D'Angelo is 6'1" and weighs 190 pounds, about 2 inches shorter and a whopping 40 pounds lighter than his power-hitting dad. And last but not least, in basketball, Caitlin Clark is branching out into another sport, sort of. The trading card company Panini America is sponsoring Stuart Haas Racing's car, driven by Josh Berry at this weekend's Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis. And the hood of the car will be painted with an image of Clark. Panini recently released its Caitlin Clark collection of trading cards, one of which includes the Reigning 3 design. They'll be featured on Barry's hood. Clark won't be able to attend the race as she'll be taking part in the WNBA All-Star festivities in Phoenix. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Barrel 101. You know, the mayor of Paris has finally made good on her promise to swim in the lawn-polluted, is it Seine River? Anne Hidalgo took the plunge on July 17th, so yesterday, while sporting a wetsuit and goggles. She swam 300 feet and described the water as wonderful. Do you think she was lying? I believe so. You know, due to pollution, swimming in the river has been banned since 1923. That long. The city recently focused efforts on cleaning up the water in preparation, of course, for this year's Olympic Games. Efforts which were met by some resistance by protesters. You know, those anti-tourist people are popping up everywhere who claimed they would, go do their business in the river. There you go. 2 Olympic events are scheduled to take place in the river. So I know there will be probably even more protesters showing up, unless they have some sort of security personnel guarding the river, trying to not have those anti-tourist people going up to that river in droves. And, you know, I don't even want to describe the process, but you know exactly what I'm talking about, what they'll do to that river. I love these sorts of stories that pop up that say, hey, here's what was found in the Denver airport's Lost and Found. About 150 to 200 items end up in the Lost and Found every day. I can only imagine. The Denver airport is huge. So unusual items that were in the Denver airport's Lost and Found include a circular saw, elk meat. I take it Joe Rogan must have been traveling there. A forklift battery, and urns. Oh, lost grandma. How do you lose that sort of thing? Lost and found items are held there for 30 days. And I guess the supervisor said, we're always trying our best to return these items back to the owner. Hey, you forgot grandma at the Denver airport. Could you come back, fly back, circle back, make your way back to the terminal? We'll give you grandma back. And I talked about this yesterday, and then we talked about it again on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, powered by Jalisco's. Bands that you wish would tour together, sort of like your dream tour scenario. I know To Peach Their Own is next hour. I just want to talk about, since Nine Inch Nails just played, Victor's response of Nine Inch Nails and Tool doing a co-headlining tour, maybe with Strapping Young Lad as the opener, Devin Townsend's old band. I have the question posted on our Facebook group at KBER 101 Idaho Rock and Metal. I also mentioned the lineup of Sleep Token, Bill Murray, hitting the road together in Europe, which is downright amazing. Bill Murray, just the stuff that he yells out in between songs is hilarious. And then you have the seriousness that is Sleep Token, but yet they're also weird at the same time. Like they have on those costumes and they look all scary and crazy looking, but then their songs are literally just soft piano ballads for the most part, which I do love all of their tunes. There's not a single Sleep Token song that I dislike for whatever reason. So think about that. And the next hour we'll go to Peach Their Own here on Peach's Pit Party. I saw this, oh really? Type of article here about how 82% of parents say cost of school supplies has gone up. No kidding. Everything has gone up. That's very obvious. You still have notebooks that are 45 cents. You got some cheap supplies out there. You just got to find the best deals. But it's also partially the teacher's fault, because I remember going to school and bringing home the list of school supplies needed. I would give it to my mom, and then she would be like, why do they specifically want Crayola crayons? What's wrong with rose art? Why does it have to be Crayola? Why do they need 4 boxes of tissues per student, or things like that, you know? It's ridiculous. Is it any different now? Obviously, I wouldn't know. Neither would my sister. She's already graduated college. I've been out of college. I've been out of high school since, 2014. It's been 10 years, which is crazy to me. Is there some giant list your kid gets sent home with? That's what I want to know. If any young parent out there wants to share their school supply list on the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group, go for it. I was reading something here about passion travel. Something about like Gen Zers and millennials want to make sure they're. Oh no, what is this here? A Thrillist survey of 2,000 people found that 76% of Gen Zers and millennials feel their travels say a lot about who they are. Okay, I mean, who cares where I go? I would love to vacation anywhere. There are some countries that I really don't want to go to that I'll avoid, but there's a whole lot of them that I would love to visit. Me and my friends, we like to explore new places, try new restaurants, especially. If you go to the same old restaurants on vacation, you might as well not even travel. Go to some new eatery. What's that Anthony Bourdain quote? Go to that hole-in-the-wall place or whatever. I especially endorse that, for sure. Any new restaurant, any new place, any new experience. What else is there here? This could be the future of travel may focus on passions. This could be a wellness retreat, educational vacation. Sounds like an oxymoron. Or ecotourism experience. All sounds lame. Okay. You had me about the whole passion travel in the beginning, but then that part, I'm not going to go on a wellness retreat. Go to like a week-long spa getaway, whatever. I might as well I would love to just go back home. That's my main thing, is just go back home, see the family. That's my wellness retreat for a whole week. A pizza order has landed a Georgia woman behind bars after she asked for extra cheese and physical violence. Cops responded to a Sam's Club where a mother and her 2 daughters ordered a pizza right as the store was about to close. The worker told them they were closing and would not have enough time to make their order. That's when the mother and one of her daughters, who happens to be 20 weeks pregnant, entered the kitchen and punched the worker in the face. There you go. Other workers had to jump in and break it up. Wow. Sam's Club violence. You can't make my pizza. I'll give you a knuckle sandwich. Boom. You know, that type of thing. I would love to see a fight break out of the store. Come on. Just have some, always have one worker working that shift that's just a former UFC fighter. So that way if some unruly customer comes in, you can just have that person take them down. It would be funny to watch not a former UFC fighter, but more so like an expert in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, any form of self-defense. Wouldn't that make the headlines? Sam's Club worker kicks the butt of a customer. Somehow, some way, it could bring business to your location there. Just saying. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. Don't you love these stupid national holidays that gets pointed out through the radio prep? National Sour Candy Day today. Sour candy's great and all, but if you have too much of it, it hurts, all right? I was stupid one time. Went to the movies. I forgot which movie I was seeing, but I bought that big box of sweet tarts. Ate a whole lot of them to the point where my mouth was just hurting. And I mean hurting. And I just kept stupidly eating them. I was like, oh, these are good. Sour Skittles have to be number one. Best sour candy. There used to be the sweet tart shockers back in the day. Used to get those after baseball games. I was such a fat kid that after the baseball games, the only thing I would look forward to when it comes to those baseball games was getting the sweet tart shockers afterwards. You know, the whole team would go to the snack shack and just eat various hot dogs and sodas and ices and different candies and such. That was my highlight of my baseball career. Forget hitting the ball. More like the candy after. What is this? I've been looking at some food news here. Talking about a spicy rosé, the latest food trend taking over TikTok. You just got to add some jalapeno pepper slices to your glass of chilled rosé wine. Ooh, are you fancy with your jalapenos on there? According to mixologists, the peppery green flavors of a jalapeno complement these sweet fruity tones in your rosé. Ooh, adding a new depth of flavor to the drink. Spicy rosé all day. Okay, there's that. I'm not going to be drinking rosé anytime soon. Cold desserts. If you want to cool down with the summer's hottest desserts, consider picking up an ultimate pricey popsicle. Ice on a Stick is sweeping the New York area with offbeat flavors like corn and kaffir lime at prices from $11 to $19. This sounds like a very LA thing to do. You take a very simple food and then you make it artsy and you sell it for a ridiculous amount of money. Just go for the standard popsicle. There's absolutely no need to get some expensive, weird thing. Isn't there like some sort of there's some sort of popsicle line called Eat the Rich, and there are popsicles that look like billionaires. Like there's one for Jeff Bezos, there's one for Mark Zuckerberg, and you're supposed to just eat them. It's something about licking the popsicle form of Bill Gates just does not seem appealing to me. K-Bear 101 just talked about it last hour, the tail end of last hour, about today's To Peach Their Own. What would be the coolest tour possible? If you could choose the bands to be 100% your favorites, which bands would you choose? Victor said Tool and Nine Inch Nails and a co-headlining tour. Let me look at some of the Facebook comments here. Bad Omens, I Prevail, and Dayseeker from Shayla, all three great picks. You got Quint with Muse and Starset. That would be an awesome show for sure. I've heard Muse puts on one of the best live shows you'll ever see. And then you have Jake Guar and Sleep Token. Call it the Visual and Mental Assault Tour. I like that. I do like the name for that. To Peach Their Own, what bands would you choose to tour together? Call in right now at 208-535-1015. K-Bear, what bands would you have tour together?
Oh, man, I'd probably say, if you're going like old school thrash, probably like Creator, Exhumer.
Nice. Have some Testament in there too?
But, yeah, or some old school death metal, probably like Entombed, maybe some Carcass, and like a Morbid Saint, honestly.
I'm in. Let's do it. What venue?
Do what?
What venue would you choose if you could choose a venue as well?
Right here in town.
The Mountain America Center or the Portneuf, or which one?
Probably Mountain America Center, honestly. If not, I mean, just in the middle of the Greenbelt or something like that, just putting on a show for the public, man.
Yeah, exactly. Best types of shows right there. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.